Good morning, everyone. Welcome, actually good afternoon. Welcome to Chamber 101 with the Kennebunk-Kennebunkport-Arundel Chamber of Commerce. My name is Elena Tridenti, and I'm going to be taking you through all the wonderful happenings of our very busy chamber here in the Kennebunks. If you have any questions, please feel free. There's a Q&A button on the bottom of the screen. Feel free to click on that and type in any questions, or you can raise your hand as this is a webinar format, and we'll be keeping track, and I'll do my best to answer any questions available. Excited to take you through this as there's a lot to cover, but we're going to keep it short and sweet and to the point. So here we go. So who are we? I just introduced myself. I'm the Membership and Tourism Manager. I work with all of our members, we all do, and handle a lot of the marketing in regards to the Kennebunks being a destination. We have Laura Dulce, who is our Executive Director. She is the former Editor-in-Chief of the York County Co-Star. She has been at the Chamber, oh my goodness, almost 7 years. So it's been a great ride so far. And then we have Laura Snyder-Smith, who is the Marketing and Events Manager. She handles many of our events. She does our Thursday newsletter, and she is known as Good Laura in the group. So we have a lot of fun. We're three dynamic women that have different talents in different areas, and somehow it just all works. So we're just gonna actually debut our 2020 year in review. And we're really excited about this because we survived. 2020 was a really, really tough year in many aspects. But at the same time, we were also able to learn a lot and support our businesses in the best way that we possibly could, which really came down to just communication. We have 522 current members. We had someone join today. 56 new members for the year, and we have an 88% retention rate, which is pretty solid given what happened over this past year. And just some really fun tidbits. We were able to execute over 18 webinars last year, and they all are available on our YouTube page. Our Operation Takeout page has been a huge asset to the area for restaurateurs and for folks that love to dine in general. That was actually our #1 visited page on gokennebunks.com this year. We had 76% member growth on 3 towns, 1 community, which is astounding. We are nearing 7,000 members on that. It has become a go-to resource for the community. It's how we communicate, and it's how a lot of our member businesses communicate. So it's a great resource for everyone. We also executed 198 emails, 26% of which were pandemic and alert focused this year. Not usually the normal amount from an alert standpoint, but whenever there was breaking news coming from the government, from Governor Mills, we were usually the first to get it out there to our members. And that was a very, very big priority for us to always keep our membership in the know. We distributed 2,000 info bags, over 2,000 info bags with the new policies this year of you touch, you take. We incorporated bags with our guidebook map and Eat the Kennebunks, and we actually hung them outside of our visitor kiosk down in the lower village, and they were extremely popular, so much so that I actually think we're going to continue doing it you know, this season and the season following. And then just a little social stat, we posted over 573 stories this year. 80% were featuring members. So that's a big stat in regards to if you're active on Instagram. We try and keep up with everything, but definitely if you're posting, we try and post as well. And we were pretty proud of that number, that 80% featured our members. So what's in it for you? What's in it for your membership? I could take you through this whole long list, and we're going to go over some of the details, but we are community connectors, and outside of the support and the communication that we provide, there are a lot of tangible elements that are also incorporated to your membership. starting with the member page and going all the way down to being able to post on 3 Towns, 1 Community, networking events, etc. There's a lot of elements that are incorporated, and you make your membership what it is, from participating in different things, from filling out forms that we send out. All those different things are really important to us, and it's important to you. So we try and communicate as best as we can, but your membership can work really, really hard for you, and we want it to work hard for you. So I'm going to take you through some of these elements, and hopefully you'll leave knowing exactly what you'd like to do next. But again, ask any questions and more than happy to answer. So we relaunched our webpage in June and our website in June, and we're really, really thrilled with it. It gives us a lot more flexibility and creative allowance than our prior website did. So GoKennebunks.com launched in June, and it's much more visual, but it also is a main information driver in regards to Operation Takeout, COVID-19 protocols, etc. So what is amazing though is that as a member, you actually get a web page. So if you're a business that's just starting out and you don't have the feasibility of creating your own web page yet, we can do that for you. It's a really wonderful asset, and when you join, you get a login and password, and you can create your business page. Here are a couple examples in regards to businesses that have done a really great job in filling in all the blanks. So it's a templated format. So you log in on the back end and you basically just fill in the blanks. It designs it for you. So it's very, very simple and user-friendly. So you can add your logo, you can add images, about information, highlights, social media links, a spot on the map so people know where your location is. These are just some of the ones that I've highlighted that I thought did a great job in regards to images, video, and just explaining who their businesses are. We've had many businesses who have not had a website developed, and this has actually ended up being their #1 page driver. So definitely take advantage of filling in all the blanks. I will caveat that there is a little percentage calculator that says, you have filled out everything, it's 90% complete. If you are a home-based business, please do not feel obligated to make sure that it's 100%. If you do not want to put your home address in, you do not have to. So I just want to make sure that people don't feel pressured that they have to complete it 100%, because there is some information that you may not want to disclose. In regards to GoKennebunks.com as well, we have member services. So you can put in job postings, which a lot of folks don't realize, member-to-member deals, hot deals, referrals, and press releases. Those are all different things that you can put on the back end that other members will see, and that we will have on our website as well. Job postings, definitely we see an uptick in the March-April time period just due to the seasonality of many of our businesses in the area. But take advantage. And I also recommend just going in and just kind of surfing around and seeing all the different things that's incorporated into that back end member portal. I touched on this a little bit, but this past year, it really was a steep learning curve in regards to state mandates, financial PPP loans, etc. But we as a chamber really focused on being a vital information source and advocating for our businesses. It was a very, very long spring. But this just gives an example of how we combated everything that was happening, from our late breaking news, as I mentioned earlier, to Operation Takeout, to Eat the Kennebunks Week, where we created a virtual picnic night, encouraging everyone to go and grab their favorite dinner somewhere and post pictures, to our COVID-19 resource page, which included testing site information. It also included reopening resources, which features members and the resources that they provide, from Total Quality Medical, selling thermometers, to Sharper Events, selling tents or renting tents. It kind of ran the gamut, and we really wanted to be that #1 information source for our members, and we thought that that was really, really important. So if anyone does have any questions in regards to new mandates or anything like that, please know, and please don't hesitate to reach out to us while we try and communicate everything via social and email platforms. There's nothing better than a one-on-one conversation as well with concerns, and we're more than willing to help folks out in any way that we can. Yesterday, we actually just had a second draw PPP webinar hosted by the president of Paper Trails, Chris Clough, and that was extremely well received. So we do try our best to keep everyone informed and knowing what's going on. One of the best features, I think, for a member is our member spotlight. This is in my welcome email that I send out. It's there's a link to fill out a form, and you just answer 5 questions, and then you send pictures into us, and it basically tells the story of who you are and what your business is. And it really highlights, it gives people, you know, faces to the name, and it really personalizes your business. And we push this out via email every week, and we also publish it on 3 Towns 1 Community, and then we also send you a version so you can share it via your social platforms and however else you would like to. But it's been very, very well received, and we continue to do them every week. So if you haven't done them, definitely consider. And we also, if there's a specific time frame that you would like to have it published, just give us a call, and we can definitely make sure that it's published at the time that you would prefer. Education and seminars. So in the fall, winter, and spring months, we really try and build out our education and seminar schedules. We had our seminar yesterday. Today is, you know, learning all about Chamber 101. There are some things in the hopper for this spring. So including, you know, networking and things like that. Obviously, everything is virtual at this point right now, but we continue to grow our user library on YouTube. That was definitely one shining light of this pandemic, is that we had been wanting to build out our YouTube page, and we were able to do so because we had so many online seminars. So please, it's the Kennebunk-Kennebunkport-Arundel Chamber of Commerce on YouTube, and you can go and you can see all the different things, including de-escalation practices, you know, resume reboot if you're looking for a new job. There are things that kind of run the gamut, and it's a pretty diverse array. We'll be doing some networking, some social media, things like that coming this spring. And obviously we will continue informing everyone in regards to small business loans and things of that nature. Community support. We have the little pantry. If you're not aware, there is a little pantry on the side of the chamber, and over 4,700 food products were donated to the little pantry this year. It is a 24/7, take what you need, give what you can pantry. We stock it every day. Folks come a lot at night, but it is definitely a resource that is used heavily. We strongly encourage community outreach services, which is our local food pantry, but our little pantry is just to help folks get by if they're running out of food for one night or anything like that. But it's really important to the chamber and to our community, and we're so thankful that we continue to receive just wonderful donations to keep it stocked and keep our community fed. The Adopt a Family program is a program that was really started in December, about 4 years ago, but now it's kind of extended throughout the year. If there's a family in need, we do our best to put them in touch with the appropriate resources and also contribute on our end as well. This year we helped a family who had gone through a family tragedy, and we were able to get the 2 children everything on their Christmas wish list. And we also were able to put in touch some members that wanted to adopt families with other families, so they were taken care of as well. So it's become a very important cause to us, and it has been very successful, and we've been able to contribute to families' happiness in the community as well. So I'm not gonna lie, I actually switched around a bunch of these slides because I usually start with all the events that we have. But let's face it, events are a little bit off the table right now in person. So I figured I'd start with all of this and then we can go into events. But our email communication has become absolutely the foundation of what we've done, especially over the past year. But we have 2 emails that go out regularly. Every Monday morning is a members only email, and that has all the information, B2B information. If we are looking for businesses to sign up for something or helping to promote something, that information is there. It usually kicks off with a letter from Laura, just saying what's going on that week. And then I just strongly recommend that all members skim the email just to make sure you're not missing anything. We promote as much as we possibly can in that. And you know, especially with the sign up opportunities, such as check your listing on Operation Takeout, or sign up for the job fair, things like that. It really is an important communication asset for you to read. And then on Thursday, Laura Snyder Smith pushes out the events newsletter. So that is everything that's happening in the area. So if there's a special event, or you know, this week there's some Martin Luther King events happening this weekend, that will be included. If there's an open house, things of that nature. So the events newsletter, live music in the summer, which is great. And also we also include Pine Tree Weather's forecast, who Mike is a local weatherman, and he does a great job in keeping everyone in the loop on weather. So that's a great asset just to see what's going on. And if you are having an event that is public, definitely keep us posted. Give us the information. We check the events calendar. We try and do our due diligence, but in a normal world, there are usually so many events, it is difficult to keep up with. So definitely keep us posted if you can. And this is just kind of a breakdown of what is included in the different emails. So you can definitely see the difference of what's happening in the chamber member newsletter versus the visitor newsletter. Okay, so social presence. As we are streaming this on 3 Towns, 1 Community for the first time, which is very exciting. Our social presence is extensive. We kick it off with our Go Kennebunks chamber page on Facebook. That is our outward facing page. That is really focused on destination-based marketing. So folks that are visiting the area, things like that. And then in regards to Facebook for our community, we have 3 Towns, 1 Community. I've already touched upon it, but it has become probably the biggest community page in the area. We do have some new rules about it. About a month ago, we made the decision that members have the authority to post 2 times a week, and then non-members can post under a small business thread on Saturdays. It's become so big that we really want our members to have a slightly larger share of voice. And it's worked out really well so far. We do approve all posts at this point. It was just getting a little chaotic. And it is a great resource for referrals, questions, what's going on in the community, things of that nature. And this is where we post a lot of our information as well. And then we have Instagram. Instagram is primarily used for beautiful photos. Why do people want to come visit here? Why do people live here? And that's the story that we tell on Instagram. Now with the stories feature, we've been able to be a little bit more quirky, and that gives us a platform to really share our member photos and member information, such as ribbon cuttings and people opening for the season, people closing, people offering takeout, sales, etc. So again, 80% of the stories that we reposted were promoting our members. So if anyone has any questions on Instagram and really hasn't created their feed, we're more than happy to help guide you through that. That's no problem. I've sat down with dozens of members to get them going on it. But I strongly recommend from a business standpoint having presence on both Facebook and Instagram at this time. And if you tag us with @GoKennebunks, and your photo could be featured in the main feed. So that's exciting too. So we're going to hop back into events for a quick second. The community calendar is located on gokennebunks.com, and that basically you don't need to log in to put any event in the calendar. So these are for events that are happening, you know, 1 or 2 times. It's not for like a happy hour every night. But this is a wonderful tool to be able to get your event seen. So folks really love the events calendar, and it's what we look at for events to include in the Thursday newsletter and in the Anchor, which is our weekly newsletter that's printed and delivered to all the different hotels and restaurants. So the community calendar gives people the permission to post any event, and we approve it on our end. And, you know, obviously during certain times of the year, the event calendar is going to be busier than others, but it's a great asset to have. In regards to professional events, in a normal world, these would be some of the professional events we would be planning for. We are currently figuring out the job fair and retired worker fair for it to be virtual this year. Actually, our job fair last year was our last in-person event. So we are excited to potentially kick this off virtually and figure out how it will work best, but we're working on that right now. So be on the lookout for news on that. And then we have our Drive annual dinner and awards. That is our Drive to be the Best awards night, and that takes place in September. We did it virtually this year, and I think we've definitely learned some things, but it's always a great night celebrating, and it includes folks voting for their favorites. We don't make the decisions on it, but people can submit their favorite restaurants and their favorite insurance agents and their favorite, you know, thing to do on a date night, all those good things. Community and visitor events. There's a lot. We coordinate Halloween with all the businesses. So usually there's trick-or-treating from 4 to 6 on Halloween. Pajama Shopping Day, we were able to execute Pajama Shopping Day this year, and it was still amazing. And retailers kept the deals going the entire day, which was wonderful to prevent crowds. And it's always fun walking through the towns and seeing folks in their pajamas. Prelude Gingerbread, Paint the Town Red, Eat the Kennebunks Week, which will be coming up in May, and our annual golf tournament, which will be taking place this year. So we look forward to all these different events, and they're wonderful, and they always support great causes, and we hope that many of them will happen this year. And then we have Launch. Launch is our big maritime festival. Last year would have been our 5th annual. We are still working out what is going to be happening this year, but you can definitely look forward to something will be happening this year. We are in conversations of how it's going to be executed, and we look forward to bringing it back for a little bit of maritime fun. Networking. So we pride ourselves on our networking events. We usually have a business after hours every month. And it's wonderful. It's $5 for members. It includes 2 cocktails and light bites. And it's just usually a wonderful, fun networking event that's hosted anywhere from the Atria, where the chef has a carving station, to Allison's, where there were endless lobster rolls, to white columns, as you can see here. It's just a wonderful night every month where we can gather. We're looking forward to getting those back up and running once it's safe to do so. And then Driven Women, stay tuned. We will be having a Driven Women event. We usually have 4 women from different generations share their stories of what drives them. So we've had speakers from Kate Hall, who is a national champion long jumper from Casco, Maine, to Louise Hurlbut, cancer survivor and interior designer extraordinaire. It runs the gamut, and it's been a wonderful experience, and it's very, very motivating, especially for the women in the community. So we actually, at the beginning of the year, we are starting production at the end of the month for our publications. It's pretty crazy that we're already here, but these are our 3 main publications. We have Go Kennebunks, our guidebook, which is a tried and true guidebook. Folks love it. It acts as a yellow page for the locals, and I just mailed one out yesterday to Texas for someone planning a trip. So this is a wonderful guidebook that has all of our members listed. Every member gets a listing in Go Kennebunks. That is included in your membership, and that's really important to us. So plan on receiving a call over the next 6 weeks, just confirming your information. But it is a 125-page guide that continues to be one of the most popular in the area. It is also available digitally as well, and all ads are clickable. So we do have ads available. It is definitely something that you should consider because it is such a robust guide. But Go Kennebunks is definitely a tentpole for us. Eat the Kennebunks. This will be our 4th one coming up, our 4th Eat the Kennebunks guide. This is an amazing dining guide. We actually just learned we had nearly 7,000 digital views alone for Eat the Kennebunks. It includes our lobster roll trail. It includes all restaurant listings, catering, ice cream, etc. It also includes our cocktail trail. So with this year, dining was definitely on, top of mind for many, many people, and Eat the Kennebunks just continues to grow exponentially year over year. And then our map. Our map is, everyone loves our map. It's hand drawn by local artist Steve Horochek. And it's a wonderful advertising platform as well to have your ad. And, we circle it if we're making recommendations at our kiosk or up at the 16 Water Street location. The map is it's a fan favorite every year, and it always does extremely well. So there are ad opportunities across the board for all 3 of these, and I'm more than happy to answer any questions in regards to what's available. Just reach out to me and we can chat. The Anchor right now is digital only for the winter, and but the Anchor is a weekly newsletter that gets printed and distributed across 46 drop spots in the area during the spring, summer, and fall months. It is also emailed out in our visitor newsletter, and it's become kind of a tried and true one sheet of everything that's going on. And there are advertising opportunities available. In a normal world, again, we do have special cruise ship editions and bus editions for when the bus and cruise ship seasons are upon us. Obviously, that did not happen last year, but this year might be the same as well. But we wanted to make sure that everyone has the appropriate information when they arrive into town. And then this is just an overview of all the committees that we are a part of. As you can see, there are a few external committees. I sit on the Committee on Aging. We have a meeting actually tomorrow. I sit on the Maine Cruise Consortium. Laura Dulce sits on basically everything else. It's a long list, but that is why I think we are so in the know with everything that's going on. And then from an internal committee standpoint, we're always looking for volunteers and folks to join us. But we have everything from our auction committee. Our auction was our only major fundraiser we were able to execute this year, and our members were so unbelievably generous for that. It was really remarkable. To our golf committee, which is getting ramped up in the next few weeks, all the way to our nonprofit committee. If you represent a nonprofit, we would love to have you on it. So our website redesign committee was invaluable in getting the website launched this June. So if you're ever looking for any volunteer opportunities, we're always looking for volunteers. So that's just another element of all the different things that we are involved in to, one, be able to educate our members on, and two, just keeping abreast of everything that's happening in the community. And I think that is it. So I can take any questions if anyone has any questions. I just want to make sure that if there are questions, let me see, I'm just not seeing any hands. Okay, well, I think that is it. I'd like to thank you all so much for joining. If you have any questions that you want to ask privately, please feel free. My email is members, that is plural, members@gokennebunks.com, or you can give me a call at 207-967-0857. I am available to chat, and I hope to hear from anyone that's interested in joining soon. And if you're a member and just want to know how to go about doing some things that we talked about, please give me a call. Have a wonderful day.